All right, welcome back everyone. We are back live from the 39th annual VNEA World Pool Championships held at the Ballys Hotel and Casino in the heart of the Las Vegas Strip. We are currently watching a men's intermediate 8-ball teams. They do call it the intermediate open 8-ball teams for the reason of the lady on the left-hand table. It is not just a men's division, it is open. So you are allowed to play with ladies on your team. And let me tell you, keep your eye on this lady right here. You'll hear her name again in the near future. Denise Wilkinson. She did win the Ladies Masters. The T3 is a great pool cue, Andrew, if you're still out there listening. It's definitely my favorite break jump cue on the market right now. 59-49 Toronto at the half. Wow. Awesome. How awesome is that? Yeah, and for people having Facebook issues, you can jump on over to our YouTube channel. Stream is seamless there, running flawlessly. Quality is great. So if you guys are having problems with Facebook kicking you out, it is a worldwide Facebook problem, not anything on our end that we can do anything about. So hopefully you guys can just jump on over to the YouTube and enjoy it there. Denise at the table on the left. I would expect her to clean up here after the way I've seen her play this week. She's played some really awesome pool. A lot of fun to watch. She'll play a stop shot here. She goes over to check the angle, and she'll go over to check the third angle, which is a very smart play. She's thinking about 4 balls ahead here. Randy Gallant, welcome. Manuel, Corey, James, John, Tyler, welcome everyone. We're in for a good match here. These are two really good teams. Some of the best out of Colorado in the intermediate, and the New Zealand team is always a very, very good team. And they actually won the international team event this year. So they're looking at taking home 2 titles. But they have their work cut out for them. They are on the C side of this bracket. Looks like they won their first 2, lost their third one, won their fourth one, lost their fifth one to Valley Boys. So now they are on the C side playing in the 9th spot. And how about that for a start? Denise comes out firing, runs out the first rack 10-0. Says, did you guys know I was the Masters Ladies Champion this year? Still says, oh yeah, okay, just curious. Title says men's intermediate 8-ball teams, but with a woman playing on the left table, this would appear to be a mixed team event. Jim, that is correct. They do actually call it the intermediate open 8-ball teams, but we like to refer to it as the men's intermediate because there is also a women's intermediate. So you are allowed women on a men's team, but you are not allowed men on a women's team. So New Zealand has Denise on their team, and probably one of the strongest players on the team. I haven't seen the rest of them shoot a ton, but I have seen her shoot quite a bit. And as you guys could see by that last rack, fantastic player. Randy, yeah, I got a few bucks a year, so it was nothing substantial. It was friendly. We played for fun. But absolutely, I'll always give you a chance to win your money back. Don't you worry, bud. We'll meet up again. Hopefully see you soon down the road when we're traveling. So a big, wide open break on the left table again. I don't know if you guys have been watching some of these other matches, but these two tables break really, really tough. Not easy to make balls here. So a good chance for New Zealand. Actually, this gentleman on the left, I have seen play quite a bit as well. He's also a very, very strong player. And it looks like they got names on their shirts, so it makes my life a little easier. This is JT at the table right now on the left. It looks like the other team doesn't have names on their shirt, so bear with me if I sort of say the names of the players on Prowlers, but I don't say all the names of the players on Infamous 5. That's because I don't know many of these players. So I will refer to them as just the Colorado team or the Infamous 5 team, stuff like that. Whereas the Prowlers, they have their names on their shirt, so I might refer to them by name when I can. Does he bank this 8-ball on the right or follow it in? Oh, he spears in the bank like it was a hanger. 10-1 win, Infamous 5. So nice close match, of course, right out of the gate, as predicted. So in between shots and racks, I will run a few of our ads here. We got Bob Danielson, custom cues, guys, as always. The best maple shaft on the market, in my opinion, is that SS360. So check him out online, bdcuesandcomics.com. Gotta love women that can shoot. Oh, you took the words right out of my mouth there, Jeff. And she doesn't just shoot, she shoots well. Really well. And a little unlucky there, he broke out the 9. But he put the 1 over the hole where I believe the 14 needs to go. The 14's beside the purple 5. Sorry, the purple 4 ball. Just below the orange 5, above the brown 7 is a 14 ball, and it does not go in the side pocket. It does not go in the left side pocket. It will go in the right side pocket. I don't think you ever really get over there, though. So we'll see what he does here. He may try to drop in on it somehow. Possibly off this 9 ball right here. He could pick the window between the 2-7. It is risky, though. So he's going to shoot the 13 first. Try to slide over there. He tried to go into the ball. Jarrett wants to know, what do I play with Jacoby Black? Currently, I am playing with the SS360. As of next week, I will be switching over to the Jacoby Black to try that out for a couple months and see what I think. Judging by the handful of balls that I have hit with it, that'll be a permanent switch. That Jacoby Black carbon fiber hits absolutely incredible. And it's blown my mind away how effortless it is, but I explain it a lot like golf clubs and hockey sticks in that sense. Baseball bats, constantly evolving. Not too many hockey players play with a wood hockey stick anymore. The game has gone to carbon fiber in that as well, and it would be like a golfer playing with hickory clubs. So everyone's sort of switching to the carbon fiber, which I believe is the future of the game. But for now, we got some of these sweet wood shafts out there that hit just as good as any carbon fiber on the market. So it's all a matter of preference and feel. Rick, I do play with the SS360-2. It's not the Pro because it's not a Pro taper. It's tapered to about 12.5. That is what I play with currently, the SS360-2. Rick Marshall, you can always catch me at a tournament somewhere around, and You can test hit with it by all means. If you guys ever see me at a tournament, just grab it right out of my hands. Start hitting with it. I'll know what you're doing. Yeah, Robert, Facebook's working for a few minutes until you jinx it, Robert. Come on. I'm just kidding. Looks to be working good so far. We're 11 minutes into the match. Facebook hasn't kicked me out yet. Yeah, steel shafts in golf, very similar to how the game is evolving there. It's evolving here as well, so technology is evolving. The theory is that the new shafts they're making are making it easier to play with juice and stuff like that. They're making it a little more effortless, kind of like what they did with golf clubs, where you could hit the ball 100 yards further with a carbon fiber and their new club head technology. So with technology getting better, you'll see some better pool equipment as well. There's been a lot of testing done. And I knew what you meant, Jarrett. I got you, steel. I knew you didn't mean steak shafts. No problem, Rick. No problem. Let's see if he can kick this one ball in. Oh, he came very, very close. He did kick it in, just in the wrong pocket. But that is an extra ball. And so in this VNEA points format, all the points are very important. So that fluked ball in the side could definitely be a factor in this match. And so we're currently on rack 3 and 4. Excuse me if I get some of these scores wrong sometimes, guys. Trying to follow two tables can be a little difficult and keep track of number of games played, but I usually do okay with it. So we're on rack 3-4. Looks like New Zealand is going to put another win on the board there. 11 in the side, 8 in the top left for a 10-7 win. Jarrett wants to know who makes the SS360. It is made by a gentleman named Robert Danielson who lives in Washington, based out of the Washington area. And so indeed, 10-7 for Prowlers. I'll put the score 21-17 in favor of them. Justin says, let's go Colorado. Justin, I think I ran into possibly one of your family members here, James Reckemeyer. I've known James for a couple of years now. Great guy. Playing on a team down here. James is playing in a Masters team division, so you won't see him on this Colorado team on the left because this is intermediate. So what's your relation to James, Justin? I'm curious. Brothers, cousins, maybe father, son. Ah, James Beckmeyer. Oh, and that's where I got it wrong. All right, Justin, good catch. Good catch. So you're not related at all. Very good. Shows how much I pay attention. Just a friend. A friend with a very close name. It's okay, I have a friend named Ben Francisco. You think that gets confused at all? Let me know how you like it, Richard. I'm curious to know. And so I may not stay through this entire match, guys. My stomach is starting to gurgle a little. I will require some dinner at some point so I can make it through the rest of this night. I'll see if I can get somebody else to sit in. I'm not sure where Mr. Zemp has ended up, but I'm sure he'll be back around shortly. Possibly we'll get him to sit in, or we'll get somebody to sit in and do commentary and keep scores for you guys. So we should be on rack 4 and 5 now, I believe. Hopefully, I can keep track of this fairly well, but I know these guys play pretty quick, so this is not going to be easy. Wiggled that ball in. Have we spent any time over at Griff's? Actually, a handful of boys are over there right now. Got in a little action. And Andrew, I would definitely recommend the Jacoby over the Revo, but it's definitely a preference thing. The reason I would recommend it over the Revo is the taper is a little better and the finish is a little better, so it's not as sticky as the Revo. I tend to find the Revo is a little bit sticky. So now we're on games 5 and 6. And this match should go fairly quick. These guys are all great players. And Justin, I'm not sure of the names of all these players. I'm sort of hoping maybe you know all their names, but I unfortunately don't know all their names. Fortunate for me, they do have the names on their shirts on the New Zealand team, which always helps. And it looks like I got kicked out of Facebook there, so still having the same problems. If you guys want to go over to the YouTube channel, the stream is seamless over there. We're not having any problems. Lucasi 0 flex point shaft hits good, yeah, of course. Tim, I'm not sure what's for dinner yet, but let me tell you, I'm some kind of hungry. I'll find something good. Good but cheap. You know, Vegas is very expensive to eat, so there's a food court downstairs. I may just head on down there. This is going to be a dry break on the left from New Zealand, but very tough table over there. So I think what I'll do is I'll hang out with you guys for a majority of this match if I can. We'll see how it's going. I'll see if I can find somebody around to possibly sit in, do a little commentary and some scorekeeping for you guys. But I really don't want to miss this match because I feel like this is going to be a really good match. It looks like he's got a little funny on this 7 ball. He'll have to draw back into the 11 to get shape on the 5, which I think is actually a pretty good play. Vegas has great food. Oh, and the burger place to the left of the craps tables. Thank you, Jeff, for that recommendation. I have ate there before. It's absolutely unbelievable how good those burgers are. So I may just go there if I can find somebody to go eat with. Not a huge fan of going to restaurants like that by myself, but you never know. Get hungry enough, you'll see me in there. So he'll punch over into the 13 on the right-hand table there, and I believe the 8 goes in the top left, otherwise he would be trying to break it out or something. He's hit it well there. He'll roll this 8 ball in for a 10-0 win for infamous 5. Great little out there. That's going to bring this nice and close. These guys have the loudest high fives of the day. So now we are on games 6 and 7. This is motoring along pretty quick. There's a chance you guys might have me hang out with you for the entire match. You never know. Oh, Team Spain sent you packing. Well, I am sorry about that, sir. Is it better than Red Robin? Probably a little bit. Johnny Rockets in the food court is great too, but a little on the pricey side for what I'm used to. As far as fast food goes, Johnny Rockets is pricey. But we'll see how long this match goes for and how much time I got to go eat. I'm missing the basketball game, which is not important right now. I'll be home in time to see game 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 if it goes that long. This 4 ball on the left-hand table will squeak by the 7. He'll punch into the 14 for shape. Oh, and he just caught a couple too many horns there. I still thought that ball might drop. His next shot was going to be a little tricky, though. We're going to see a New Zealand team member here try to follow in this 14 with the 4, but he'll play the two-way cue ball, which he did well. Did really well. Even if he's left an edge of that 7, there's really no shot. There might be a shot where you can bank the 7 towards the top right and try to move the 14 out of the way with the cue ball. Then you got to get the cue ball out of the way too. It's an extremely tough shot. But he really doesn't have another option. So he'll take a swing at it, see what happens. A little inside English, get the cue ball out of the way. Off the ball in would have worked as well. That was a great effort. Always go down to McDonald's. Andrew, no more McDonald's. We eat enough McDonald's when we're on the road. I try to eat a little better when we're at spots like this that have really good food. But I will hang out with you guys for a little bit longer here, see how these games go. If it starts to drag on a little bit, I will run out for maybe 20 minutes or so, go get a quick bite to eat and come back. And we'll see how it goes. It's moving along pretty quick so far. I probably could hang out for this entire match if it keeps up this pace. What's the next CSL event after VNEA? Well, I believe it's June 20th weekend. We'll be in Sacramento at Hard Times, streaming the NAPT Division 1 tour stop. And I'm not sure which of us will be there. There'll be 2 of us there. Whether it's myself and Ryan, myself and Grant, Grant and Ryan, Grant and Steph. There'll be a couple of us there, giving you guys coverage of that. And it looks like on the left, he's got enough to pot this 14. He'll slide over probably into the 8 ball. That'll give him a shot on the 11 or the 15 next. Going into that ball works as well. He's got a shot on the 9. Wasn't sure if he could see the 9 from that angle, but that was a good shot he played there. Rolls it up for the 15 in the side. David Wilson has posted the link to the brackets on the Facebook there, if any of you guys are still watching on Facebook, if you haven't got kicked out yet. I have been informed that the Facebook works a little better on the internet browser than on Chromecast or all those other ones, Google, Chrome, and whatever else there is. I have been informed it works quite a bit better on Internet Explorer. So you guys can try that. If that doesn't work, just head on over to our YouTube channel. Nice and seamless there. Did you guys see that ball hit the bottom of the pocket? That ball went down and back up. And you'll see that once in a while with inside English. The ball swirl. Come back out. Not sure what all the yelling was about there, but some players on another table 10-4 win for Infamous 5. These guys got the loudest high fives in the room, let me tell you. They're not messing around with those high fives. And with the player at the table on the right, I would have to say New Zealand's in big trouble here. Because they could easily be down about 20 balls, be 18 balls if he successfully makes this 8 ball. Yeah, it's getting a little rowdy in here. Everyone's starting to get a little excited, getting deeper in the event. That's a 10-0 win for Infamous 5. In between racks here, I'll run up a couple more of our ads. We got the Sure Shot Billiards Q site, guys. Check them out online, sureshotbilliardsite.com. Take your game to the next level. You can save 10% with the CSL promo code, CSL Pool, all caps. Thank you, Jared, for tuning in. Jin Papa tuning in as well. Welcome, everyone. And so we got New Zealand at the table on the left. Looks like a successful break over there. And if I'm correct, we are on rack 8 and 9 now. Hopefully that is correct. I will do a score check at some point if I feel like it is off. JB, that 15 ball never went in, rattled the points. Okay. I feel like it hit the back of the pocket, but you probably went back and watched the replay. Gary and Cynthia Ford, team rating at this tournament, it's purely on your previous performances at this event. So if you win in the Open, you move up into the Intermediate. If you win in the Intermediate, you move up into the Masters. So we have Infamous 5 at the table on the right, eyeing up this one. We'll need to probably try to work out those stripes. Can open with the 11 in the side. Possibly the 15 will lead to the 9 in the side. That 12 ball could be a bit of a menace. It is makeable from certain angles. The problem being, how do you get the cue ball out without hitting the 6 on the way back? Awesome, JB. Check the replay. Gotta love the replay on the YouTube. Joey Jolly says, Ben, quit procrastinating and go eat. Well, that's the problem, you know. I always want to watch this pool. I love sweating pool matches. And this New Zealand team is very entertaining, so I may just stick around and watch the entirety of this match. Both teams play very quick. They're already on the 8th and 9th game. I predict this match goes about an hour long, in which case I'm sure I could hold off. Yes, so all new teams do start in Open unless you're a well-known professional touring player or something, then they may rank you known ability, but you don't see it very often. They'll give everyone a chance in the Open. John says 75-65 Toronto. John's giving me the update on the Raptors scores. Oh, how you like that shot on the left-hand table. What a cut shot that was. Super thin. Diced it in, sent the cue ball around the rails, got shape. cut on this 8-ball, but I would expect him to make this after the thin cut he just made. And yes, Gary and Cynthia, singles ratings do matter. He overcut it. Can you believe it, folks? He overcut it. And he hasn't completely sold out. The shot on the 6 is not a hanger. That's not a gimme. You gotta cut that in. You gotta get a little shape here. The 1-4 is in a precarious spot as well, so we'll see how he approaches this. He'll play the 6 in the side, and then he'll attempt to get shape on the 7 to get him to the left side of the 1-4. And yeah, JB, I've had it happen. I've had it happen a few times where that ball just swirls around in there and comes right back out. One of the most painful sights in all of pool is when you make the ball, but then it comes back out of the pocket. It's not something you'll really see in any other game. It'd be like playing a game of golf and you make a 30-foot putt and it swirls around in the bottom of the cup and somehow comes back out. I apologize if this team beside me is a little bit loud. These guys are just yelling like they're in the final of the tournament, but they still have a long way to go. It is very exciting moments at this time in the tournament, so I don't blame them for being excited here. And I do believe we are having a ref to come check this hit on the 12 ball, because he'll need to be kicking into the ball to try to make some kind of wizard hit here. Try to pot it. So I'm trying to find out what team it is that's on table 5-6 right now. It looks like I'm not even so sure what team that is. Well, anyway, they are loud. Loud and proud. I believe it's Erie 88 versus Funk Yeah. That is playing on tables 5 and 6 and making all kinds of noise. They're real excited over there. Yet they are still currently only in the 10th spot. The loser of that match will go out in the 10th place spot. The winner will move on to the final 8. Well, they still got a long ways to go over there. I don't blame them for being excited. It's a pretty exciting game, as you've seen from that shot on the right table. That was an exciting shot. Pretty fantastic kick there. And yes, David Wilson, the Facebook is still having issues. Thanks for jumping over to the YouTube. And yeah, John, absolutely gotta have fun, right? You gotta have fun. It's hard to kill versus Manning Q's being live streamed right now. It currently is not. They are not scheduled until 9 o'clock. How about that for a finish? Kick, jump, guy does it all. So that's a 10-0 for Prowlers over there. Sorry, for Infamous 5 over there. And I didn't see what happened on the left-hand table. So hopefully you guys saw. I was busy reading all your comments, and I missed what happened there. In the meantime, in between time, I'll throw up an ad or two here. Nick's Q Innovation. Check him out, guys. Best in the business. Based out of Calgary, but you can ship him your Q. He will ship it back. What a shot on the right. What a fantastic out on the right. That was incredible. One of the most incredible outs we've seen on these tables. I think we were all watching the right, Kevin. I'll have to go over and do a score check at some point. Lil Wiz. Let's go, says Manuel. Any Calgary Masters men left? Yes, Larry. Only just Barry's team won the hot seat again. Still undefeated in 3 years of play down here. Hopefully we can win one more match, bring the title back home to Calgary again. The final of that will be played at 3 p.m. tomorrow. So what time we have it scheduled for. Colorado is in the house. So we'll have to go over and do a score check. Maybe after these two games, I'll go over and do a score check. Make sure we got correct info here. I do know we are on the 10th and 11th game, I believe. But I'll have to find out what happened on that left-hand table because we are missing a score. We were also mesmerized by the kick and the jump. Casper thinks the left table is 10-2 Prowlers. Okay, so I'll just mark it in for that. And then I will do a score check at some point and see if that's correct. 10-3, okay. So mark it in like this, and hopefully that is the correct score. David says, I'm not sure what teams are which. Yeah, this is a pretty straightforward one here. The Colorado team is very loud. They are squaring up their high fives. They're playing fast and furious. Looking at running away with this. They're currently up 21 balls by our count. Yeah, the Charlies are a positive way to increase the weight of your luggage, even though you and Grant drove down, says Jim. Yeah, I'll take back all the Charlies I can get. We got lots of room in the van. So pretty decent shot on the right here, but he'll need to put some control into this cue ball. He may need to shoot the 6 in the top right with a little draw to play the 3 in the top left next. I'm not so sure I like trying to roll this in and playing the 3 in the side next. It is a bit risky. That 15 could come into play. The side pocket could obviously come into play. And I do apologize again, guys, for how loud the team is beside us. These guys are pumped. These guys are pumped. Oh, and see, and this is why I really did not like that choice. I feel like you could never get on the proper side of this 3. And now jacked up over the 15, and with where the 11 is, he's in big trouble. Glenn Goff tuning in from Romulus, Michigan. Says, hello, Teresa. League match, race to 5 tied 2-2. Go get 'em, Teresa. Good luck. Colorado Infamous 5. Playing out of Greeley, North Colorado, north of Denver. What a fantastic shot on that right-hand table. That was an extremely difficult shot. On a scale of 1 to 10, that was a 9.5. About as tough as it gets. So he cut this 8-ball in. Listen for how loud these guys get if it goes. Some of the loudest high fives of the tournament, these guys. And justifiably so. They are playing absolutely awesome right now. This is fun to watch. I'm glad I didn't run away for dinner. I'd miss all this great action. And so while he's contemplating his next move on that left-hand table, I will flash up a quick ad or two while we have time here. Jam Up Apparel, guys. How do you play? Jam Up is by pool players for pool players. Go check out their website, guys. jamupapparel.com. All kinds of really cool stuff on there. Men's clothes, women's clothes, kids' clothes, winter, summer gear, you name it, it's on there. Background's not obtrusive. All right, Joseph, good to hear. I know these new mics are very, very sensitive, so I fully expect them to pick up all the background noise, which includes the massive amounts of cheering from the players on the table beside us. All right. So I think it's looking like shape on this 8. As long as he can avoid all the balls. He ran into all the balls and still got shape. Yeah, he still has the 6-ball left here. And he'll need to play 2-rail shape to get on the 8. So at the end of the rack on the left there, I'll run and do a quick score check for you guys. Make sure we got it right. But he's going to shoot this 6 with low right English and try to swing the cue ball around 2 rails, get it close to that right-hand side. And that should give him shape on the 8. He just doesn't like it. It is a little too much angle. But I think he should be able to control this with a little bit of low English as well. Yeah, there you go, Tim. You can hear us better. We're closer to California. Yeah, that's a good one, John. I thought I'd heard all the pool jokes, but I've never heard that one. Look at this. Great shot. Wow, these infamous 5, they came to play in this match. They're not messing around. They've ran a ton of racks so far. They've ran like 5 of the first 7 or so. That's another 10-0 win for them. The loudest high-fiving team in the room. And so, guys, I'll just run and do a quick score check. I'll be back in 2 minutes. I'll run to the washroom quick. Sorry, guys, we got the right score now. And these guys are just motoring through these racks. Infamous 5, they came to play big time. Playing some absolutely unreal pool. I feel like I'm watching my team play without me. They just run everything out really fast. These guys are playing so good. And even with how fast he plays, he still does a lap around the table to calm his nerves for the 8. I love it. This has been one of the most high quality matches we've had so far. Good for TV, let me tell you. And 96-87 TO in the house. Come on, Raptors. Not to sound biased or anything, but obviously I'm from Canada. And everyone's tired of seeing the Warriors win anyway, so I'm sure there's a lot of Raptors fans out there right now. Oh, and that was a 1, not a 0, so this would be 60 now. And even with how great they've played, this match is still far from over. They're only on game 15 and 16. Still a lot of game to be played here. You're looking at the score and you're thinking, oh my goodness, we're down 52 points. Really, you just have to take the opportunities when you get them. If you run 5 or 6 racks in a row, which I've seen happen quite a bit in these kind of divisions, you're right back in the match. They don't have a lot of time to do it though, and they can't afford anything like this to happen. A dry break. They need all the points they can get. They can't be winning racks 10-5, or 10-6, 10-7. They need 10 O's, 10 2s, 10 1s. So I'm just catching up on some of these comments. There you go. Patrick will be streaming by next year. Hopefully we can help you any way we can with that. Patrick would be glad to help. PM Neil. Hopefully it looks like Lord Scythe could help you out a little bit too. Anyone besides the Warrior, says Patrick. You got it. Look at this. 100-88 for Toronto. It's in the 4th quarter, people. Sorry, I'm getting a little excited. Game 1 of the NBA Finals. Currently, we're watching the men's intermediate 8-ball teams. We're watching Infamous 5 put on an absolute clinic. If you guys wanted to learn how to play 8-ball pool on a small table, these guys have definitely shown as much talent as we've seen all day. They've been kicking balls, jumping balls, banking balls, just running rack after rack. It's been awesome entertainment. Like, look at that shot on the left. He just cuts that ball in. He gets perfect shape on the 2. Cue ball control has been exceptional. A 3-pointer from Whitehorse, says Jim. Nice. And that is so good to hear, Patrick. Oh, good times. Good times in Canada. And good one, Ryan. Very good one. Do they break from the other end of the table in New Zealand? Lots of dry breaks. This New Zealand team has played amazing. Absolutely amazing. And I'm thinking that too, Lord Scythe. These guys would give us a run for our money for sure. They've played as good as any team that I've seen in the entire tournament. This is only one mistake on the left, and it wouldn't surprise me to see him find a way to make this ball still. He's going to play the 3-ball combo on the right. That's how you know you're feeling good, when you just play 3-ball combos. Although it is a hanger, but he's trying to break out the 8. Good effort. That is what he needed to do. He'll get another crack at it right here if he wants. Could shoot the 9 and take the same path. And with that 10 ball not too far from the hole, I don't mind this shot. 10's very makeable from a thin angle. Yeah, he had to kick at that ball with some pace. It didn't do any good to just roll that ball in unless he just wanted one more point. You had to kick it in with pace and try to get some kind of shape. And definitely, Patrick, feel free to pick my brain all you want. That's one of the benefits of you guys getting to watch this stream for free, is you get to get all this free information from me. Yeah, a couple of hooks early in the match, too. Otherwise, it could be an even bigger spread. Holy cow, these guys are as pumped as anyone's ever been to win a seaside match. I just like to rip on them because I know them all. They're sitting close to me. They're a Canadian team. They're just having a blast. Having a lot of fun. They're pumped. That's what makes a team play good. Let's go. You gotta have fun. You gotta keep the energy high. You gotta be confident. I could give you guys a lot of information on how to play these team matches. It isn't about just playing good. I'll put it that way. And yes, Lord Scythe, I would think it would be better to control and just make the bank. You got it right. That would have been the way that I would have gone about it, but I just saw he was going about trying to break that ball, so I went with it. Oh, and this is not a good shot on the left. He is hooked on the 8 going in the top left, and he's too far past to cut it in the side. He might have to play rail first off the 5 and try to make it in that top left. He's going to try to cut it. This is extremely thin. He played the bank, and he made it in the wrong pocket. That seemed like he overhit the ball before, and that's what put him in that spot. So the score is now, that was a 10-6 win for Infamous 5. So this match is slipping away from the New Zealand team. Infamous 5 is looking at running away with it. They want to go to bed early or get a dinner break in before the next match. And I shall look up to see when the next match will be for these gentlemen here. Whichever team happens to win this match, still not out of reach. Prowlers can still make a comeback here. So it looks like the winner of this match will play again at 9:30 on these tables. So we will be streaming that match, and that will be the 8th place match in the Intermediate Open 8-ball teams, also referred to as the men's Intermediate 8-ball teams, because there is a women's division as well. Ah, right, 10-7, correct, 10-7. Thanks for catching that. Kevin Coleman, Joe Pickens on the ball. Gotta love it. You guys are the best viewers in the world. And yes, Texas, everyone in Canada suddenly start playing basketball. We're still hockey fans. We're just sour because all our Canadian teams are out in upsets and such. And yeah, 20 of the players on the Blues are Canadians. That's a good note there, Zachary. People all about Raptors and Warriors, then there's these guys. That's another point to be made. I've been trying to pay attention to this one while trying to keep updates on that score in the basketball. So a win there from Prowlers. They're not out of this yet. I've seen some really, really impressive comebacks in this game, and this is only 50 points. I've seen teams put up 5 racks in a row before, quite a few times. Yeah, set up a challenge match against these guys. Who knows? Maybe if they snap off the tournament, maybe they want to put a challenge out to the Masters team, see what they're made of. I doubt it, but you never know. We're not those kind of guys anyway. We wouldn't play them if they wanted to play. We'll take our title, go back home to Canada, get a little rest, get back on the road. Lots of pool to be played. So Denise with the break on the right there. She'll need a big one because one of the infamous 5 is at the table on the left. And Denise comes with a great break there. She makes a ball. She's got a pretty good look. This is your women's Masters 8-ball champion from this year. She beat Miss Bonnie Plowman in the final. Double dipped her 6-1, 6-4, if I'm correct, or possibly 6-2, 6-4. Yeah, you're chopped liver, David Wilson. You nailed it. I'm just kidding, bud. I see you there. The whole team likes to gamble, Jody says. Well, we won't go that far. We're not those kind of people. We're a little too humble for that. 106.94 with 4 minutes, 42 seconds to go in the basketball game. For all you people out there that are watching pool and maybe don't have that on your TV but are curious, I'm more curious to see what happens in this match with the way Infamous 5 has been playing. If Prowlers can find a way to make the comeback, it would be even more impressive. Denise let that cue ball go a little bit. She was trying to go into that 115. She needed to develop that ball right away because she doesn't have a shot on another ball now. She may be able to pot the 5, but I don't know how much good it does her. She wants to leave that so she can break out the 8 ball later on. She's not going to want to move that 5 until she's ready to run out the rest of the table. She's kind of forced herself into a spot where she may have to shoot it early. Yeah, there you go. New Zealand has team will travel. You got it. Yeah, and there you go, Patrick. We'll find out in about 51 weeks. because it's looking like these guys are on a mission. Although, it should be noted that they still have a long way to go to get to the final. They're only in the top 10. And it is a little easier to play loose when you still have a long way to go. It's how you play near the end that really decides your fate. As we've seen from Denise, she plays good at the end. She played awesome the entire tournament and then played really good at the end, with a lot of pressure on. And look at this shot she's played. She somehow developed this table. She shoots the 7 in the side and breaks out the 8, and she has shape on the 2. She just rubbed the 2 a little. She would have had a shot on the 6 still, mind you. I believe that was probably the ball she was playing shape to, so not entirely lucky, but now she can save the 6 to get on the 8. She'll roll this in, hope to get straight on the 1, then play a stop shot to get to the 6, to get to the 8. Oh, she was a little worried. She watched that one the whole way, used the whole pocket. Alexis, how many teams are in the tournament? In this field, in the Intermediate Open 8-ball team field, we have 28 teams. In the tournament itself, it's in the, let's say, 1,000 range. Easily well over 600 anyway, 700. Throughout all the divisions. And look at this, Denise came to play. This is the second rack we've watched her run out. 8-ball for the completion of it. And that's a 10-1 win for her. Break and run.
So you keep track of it too? What division is this one? Oh, VNEA. Oh, nice.
Watch out for the 8-ball, says Patrick. I don't think she was watching out for the 8-ball. She plays unbelievable, that girl. She's run out a lot of racks, playing really good pool. New Zealand pop up, UK, Australia, and now America. 10-3 win for Infamous 5. So they are up 48 balls. We're currently on 19 and 20. And once he breaks here, I will run a quick ad here. We'll see if he makes a ball first, which I didn't see one. Jacoby Custom Cues. Check out their website, guys. Lots of cool stuff on there. All their award winners. People's Choice Cue of the Year award. They've won it a bunch of years. They won it again this year. And I believe it sold in the range of $30,000. Yeah, he made the 8. Very good. I didn't see it at first. That's a ball I'm not usually looking for to go in, but he made it. It is a successful break, so he's going to get the ref to come spot the ball because it won't fit right on the spot. And so the ref will spot it as close to it as possible. And so I believe since those two games ended at the same time, we're actually on game... Yeah, we would still be on game 19 and 20. That is correct. Both these players broke from New Zealand. Guy racking looks like an Australian 8-ball player. I've seen him play somewhere before, if you're referring to the player on the left, Ray. I've seen him play before, other than in Vegas. So it may have been Australian 8-ball that I was watching. So a good chance for New Zealand here to start doing some damage. They need to run both these racks. If they can run both these racks, they'll only be down 28 points instead of 48. And start closing the gap, and it'll put pressure on your opponent. Believe me, it is not easy to finish, and a lot of people choke up when you start coming back and putting a little pressure on them. And a team event is even harder to finish because it's not just about you. Sometimes it's about all the other guys, so it can weigh on you. Pressure is there. Oh, went to work very quick on the right there. To work very quick on the right there, and that's going to be a 10-0 win. And that'll go a long way to trying to come back here for the Prowlers. They've closed the gap to 38, and with his teammates seeing that, that'll give him a little fire as well. You have to feed off your teammates. The comments are way ahead of my commentary on your screen. Try closing down your YouTube, refreshing it. Sometimes that'll work. It should be the same as far as the comments and my commentary, hopefully. If not, definitely let me know, Patrick. That would be a big problem. Oh no, he's got behind the 3. And he's not happy with himself. Biggest reason being, he just looked over at the 8 and realized that even if he makes this ball, he has to somehow get some shape on the 8. And it's not a race to a certain amount of points here, Amron. It's a total of 25 games. And the points format is 10 points for the win, 1 point for every ball in a loss. So you could win 10-7, 10-0, or anywhere in between. So when one team can no longer mathematically come back, then the match will be over. So now that we're on game 20, 21, that means we have 22, 23, 24, and 25. So there's still 6 games left if you include the game that's in progress on the left. And so a maximum one team could get is 60 points. The other team could get as little as 0, potentially. So Prowlers are not out of this yet. Still a little ways to go here. Time to work, and a ball in hand on the left will not help their cause. He hooked himself on that 9, which could be a very crucial point in this match when they still had a chance to come back. But the blame cannot be solely laid on him. There were a lot of things in this match that went wrong for them. Still not over yet, but with infamous 5 at both tables, Prowlers are in quite a bit of trouble here. And yes, that was the reason he missed that shot, was he was trying to get on the 8 as well. The shape was tough. Toronto wins 118-109. Boom. All right. That's what we like to hear. Raptors with game 1. And yes, that run on the left was very important. And there was a lot of cheering on one of the other tables. There was a big match won, so you'll hear the same out of these guys when they seal this match. They'll be cheering. It's pretty exciting moments here. And Patrick, I'm not seeing your comments on delay. I just don't always have time to follow both comments on the YouTube chat and the Facebook chat, so I'm trying to go back and forth and meanwhile give a little play-by-play on the pool. So that's why you'll think that I'm seeing your comments on a delay, but in fact, I don't think I am. I may be seeing them on the same sort of delay as you guys are seeing the stream, but my commentary should line up with the balls, hopefully, and definitely let me know if it is not. I think that's it. If my score count is correct, we have 158 to 106, and it is indeed the end of the match. So I'll let you guys watch them shake hands, and they'll high-five each other. These guys are going to be pumped when they find out they won this match after they're done shaking hands. And thank you guys all for tuning in. We will have another match coming up at 9:30 Pacific time. That is in a little under an hour's time. So if you guys haven't already, head on over to our Facebook or YouTube, whichever one you happen to be watching on now. Click the like button, click the subscribe button on YouTube, and that way you'll get notified every time we go live with a match, which we'll have 2 more days of this tournament to go. 1 more match tonight, I believe, possibly 2. So I will leave you guys with a quick ad or 2 here. We got JB cases, protection your cue deserves, design you desire. Contact us for details on how to order one of those at a discounted price than if you went straight to them. And of course we have Bring the Thunder with the Thumper. You guys may see me jumping, breaking with this cue. Absolutely unbelievable. Grant swears by it. He's been breaking with it for a while. He loves it. I gave Joe and Eric one. We gave Joe and Eric one. They're loving it. They love the way it hits, the way it jumps. If you're looking at ordering one of those too, we can definitely get you one of those at also a discounted price of what it would cost from them. So what I'll do is leave you guys with a quick commercial here. Then I will do a shutdown and restart before the next set of matches. So thank you all for tuning in. We will be back in a little under an hour's time. About 45 minutes is the next scheduled match. So set your alarms. Make sure you don't miss it. See you guys.